Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Edwin, the comic Jabroni, coming at you. Today is episode 1 of a new series that I have been thinking about doing for a while. I see a lot of times online where a lot of us comic YouTubers, all we really talk about is like the new books that are out today, and don't really dive deep into older reviews of other series or miniseries or anything like that. And a lot of us don't really, dive into other genres or other series or more books to read. We really just focus on what we like. I have seen a few. There are a few online that will do really deep dives into older series from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But what I wanted to do was make a video series touching on comic book miniseries or comic book story arcs, and really talk about them with you. Try to make 7 to 10 minute videos, and maybe get you, the viewer of this video, to say, man, that sounds like something that I want to read. So next time you're out at the local comic shop, or you're at a Half Price Books, or anywhere that you buy your comic books, you see it and you say, Edwin, the comic Jabroni, was talking about this, and I think I want to pick it up. Don't have a name for this series yet, still working on that, but I wanted to get this video out. This is going to be video number 1, episode number 1 of Comic Reviews with the Jabroni. Today's book, we are going to talk about this one right here, Batman, Gates of Gotham. This is a 2011 series. It came out right before DC went into its New 52 run. It is written by Scott Snyder and Kyle Higgins, and the artwork is done by Trevor McCarthy. Didn't know anything about this, honestly. My buddy Alan, texted me and he said, hey, I just picked these up at the flea market. Do you want them? He's not the biggest Batman fan, so he knows that I am. So I said, sure, man. He gave them to me, and I read them maybe about a week ago, a week and a half, and I looked them over again today. It's a really good series. It's exactly what you want out of a Batman series as far as it's detective work. There is a villain. There are things going on in Gotham that Batman and the rest of the Bat family have to discover who is doing it. There is a story behind it. It is a 5-part miniseries, so I'm going to go ahead. That is issue number 1. There is issue number 2, issue 3. Here is issue number 4, and issue number 5. So for this series, and there are the 5 issues, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just place issue number 1 back up front. So for the series, there are variant covers for it. I don't have those. These are just the regular A cover. There are 1 in 25 variant covers by Dustin Wynn. So I'll go ahead and post them up right here. Kind of scroll through those. So as far as the story goes, it is set in 2 different time periods. You have a story that's set back in the past in the 19th century, like 1880s, 1890s, at the very beginning of Gotham City, building up into what we know as Gotham. And then we have it set in the present. The Batman that is in this issue, in this miniseries, is not Bruce Wayne. It is actually Dick Grayson. You also have more Bat family members in there. You have Red Robin, Tim Drake. You have Damian Wayne as Robin. You have the Black Bat, which is Cassandra Cain. She shows up. So you have some Bat family members in there, and they're all helping out to find out what is going on. There have been explosions on these bridges in Gotham City, and they're trying to find out who is doing this, what is going on. As far as the past goes, you get a story of the 4 main families of Gotham and how they built Gotham to be what it is today. Those 4 families are the Waynes, the Canes, the Elliots, and the Cobblepots. Now, the Waynes, that's Bruce Wayne's family. The Elliots, that is from the Hush series, right? That's Thomas Thomas Elliot, that is his ancestors. And then the Cobblepots, that's going to be the Penguins' ancestors. Those are the four main families. The Canes are a family that live right outside of Gotham, and they're trying to build a bridge that goes from Gotham City into that part of town that leads right outside of Gotham. There are two stepbrothers that their first appearances are going to be in issue number 1, and that is going to be Nicholas Anders and Bradley Gates. Okay. They get to Gotham as kids. They are architects growing up, right? They begin building all these different things, and the Waynes come to them. Alan Wayne, which is the great-great-grandfather of Bruce Wayne, comes to these two guys and says, listen, I love your work, and I want you to do more for the city. So they begin by building these bridges, by building the Wayne Tower that's in the middle of Gotham City. And the story goes on from there, right? I don't want to give too much away as far as the miniseries, because I want you guys, or you guys and gals, to go out there, find these issues and read them. If what I'm telling you piques your interest, if you're a Batman fan, if you like detective work, I would definitely go out there and find these. What you do get in this series, that the main villain, his name is the Architect. His first appearance is going to be in these issues. He wears this old-timey 19th century steampunk suit that gives him extra strength and speed and those things. Batman, Dick Grayson, goes out. They're trying to find out, because in the end of issue 1, they find a letter at one of these explosions that says that the families of Gotham will be taken by the Gates of Gotham. And you're thinking, what are the Gates of Gotham? I will give you this. The Gates of Gotham are these two brothers that were the architects, because during their backstory history that you get, Nicholas Anders and Bradley Gates, they are stepbrothers. Well, because they've done so well for themselves as far as being the architects of Gotham, that they are given the name the Gates of Gotham. Nicholas takes the last name of his stepbrother Bradley, and they become the Gates of Gotham. They do not come from wealth. They are taken in by these four families because they're doing so well, and they're told by Alan Wayne, you guys are family now. You keep doing what you're doing, and we're gonna take care of you. I don't want to give away how the Architect and the Gates of Gotham are related. You got to read the story, but you do get that first appearance of the Architect and of Nicholas Anders, who ends up becoming Nicholas Gates. As far as the story goes, so what I'm going to do with this video series, I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. I'm going to rate the story, I'm going to rate the artwork, and then I'm going to give you a spec value, speculation into it. I dig spec if you've watched any of my other videos. I did want to get into one thing, the artwork. So the cover art and the interior artwork is done by Trevor McCarthy. Like I said, written by Scott Snyder, which we know he went on to write 52, DC's New 52 for Batman. As far as the story goes, I gotta say 4 out of 5 stars, guys. It is exactly what you want in a Batman Detective Comics story. You want detective work, you want a villain that the good guys are going after, some type of destruction. It doesn't always have to be world domination or universe destruction or anything like that. This villain has a reason for doing what he's doing in Gotham, and he's trying to destroy, the big names of Gotham City, the guys who had the money to build Gotham to what we know what it is. As far as the artwork, got to give it a 3 out of 5 for Trevor McCarthy. Not a name, I'd have to look him up, but not a name that I'm really familiar with. Artwork's okay. What you see on the outside is what you get on the inside. There's some good detail in there. The way he draws, you can tell the difference between a Dick Grayson Batman and a Bruce Wayne Batman. That's pretty much the only thing I can really say about that. Artwork, 3 out of 5, decent, not the best, obviously not the worst either. As far as speculation goes, I gotta say, I gave it 2 out of 5. Right? It's a brand new story, never before written before. Right? Everything we read in here, brand new stuff. It is a first appearance of a new rogue gallery member for Batman, right? The Architect is a new villain that we had never seen before, never heard of before, and he has a vendetta against the 4 big families of Gotham. Nobody else, not in Metropolis, not in Star City, not any of those, Emerald City, none of those places. He's got a vendetta with Gotham City and the families that run the place. So as far as speculation goes, like I said, 2 out of 5 stars, just because you do have that first appearance in there of a new villain. But what gets me on this story, on this book, is just the story. I absolutely loved it. You do finally find out at the end, you know, who's been taking down these gates and these different buildings that have been in Gotham since the 1890s. You find out why they're doing it, what they're really after. And you get some awesome fight scenes. I definitely got to say that. The artwork, as far as the fight scenes go, very beautiful. You get some good fight scenes with Damian Wayne and Tim Drake fighting the Architect. You get Dick Grayson as Batman fighting the Architect. Good stuff. The only other rogue gallery member that you do see in this, actually you see 2. You see the Penguin, right? Because he is one of the main families of Gotham. And you see Hush, Thomas Elliot. You do see him. This is after the Hush series. He's already in prison in Arkham Asylum, and Batman goes to him to figure out what's going on. Asking Hush for some help. So, guys, Batman Gates of Gotham, I definitely recommend it. As far as the series goes, it's going to be a lot of books that I have in my personal collection, but I want to do miniseries and story arcs. So anywhere between a 3-issue to 5-6-issue story arcs that I can get a quick review in for you. Anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes. This first one might go a little longer because I'm having to explain what I'm going to be doing. And at the end of this video, stay tuned. You're going to find out what's on next week's comic reviews with the Jabroni. All right, guys? So hope you liked. In the comments below, let me know if this is a series that you've read before or it's something that you're interested in. Batman's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. So till next time, guys, I'll see you. Peace. He's one of the core characters of the Batman mythos. He was the first Robin until he emerged from the shadow of the Bat. Choosing a new name and a new life, he became a founder and a longtime leader of the New Titans, and for a time, heir to the mantle of the Dark Knight. Make no mistake, Dick Grayson is a hero to be reckoned with, a nocturnal bird of prey who flies alone in Nightwing. Find out more on the next episode of Comic Reviews with the Jabroni.